Welcome everyone to March 6th edition of Intv's Team Action News. I'm Jeffrey Jorgensen.
And I'm Nolan Weiss. And March is upon right now. And how you loving it, Jeffrey?
I
heard you got off to
like
the slopes this last week.
Yes, I did, and it was terrible.
Why?
Tons of new snow, over 1.5 feet of new snow.
That's good.
And then rain on top of it. It seemed like, I don't know, late spring riding where you just point down the mountain and then you fall over.
Why?
Just because it's so slow, you don't go anywhere.
It just stops you all of a sudden?
You just stop, you kick. I made it one run, and then I called it quits.
Wow, that sounds like a great time. But
it was treacherous.
I know they've had some other great times of the past, actual great times, with a lot of powder, a lot of fresh snow. But reports say that Chair 2 has been closed due to extreme conditions up there, avalanche control, and heavy snow.
Very heavy snow. Shutting down the freeway this past week for hours upon hours on end.
Almost the whole entire day.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
and
well,
I drove over the next day to follow, and on the west side of I-90 going over Snoqualmie Pass, it was just tree after tree after tree down on the side of the road.
Scary.
Pretty crazy.
That is scary. I know we got the weather conditions going on right now, but I gotta say, this year, we have not had a power outage in the Rosslyn area, which is pretty awesome. Like an extreme power outage. I'm not saying just a little tiny 1 hour outage, but I remember back in the day, we would have a couple hour outage almost every single year, and we have not seen a power outage this year, so knock on wood right there.
That's true, I think. I don't think there's been one power outage in Rosslyn this year.
Yeah, I don't.
For the most
just
part.
like in big ones with a tree falling down the road. But yeah, keep up the great work, Patelco, keeping our lines cleared.
Cleolum is a different story, though. Cleolum
they're
has
always
had
a different
some
story.
issues with power outages, kicking me out of my house where I had to go to the bar for a couple hours.
Oh yeah, that's when somebody was doing some work on the road and hit the wrong little patch of ground.
Yes,
and there was a wire there. Ouch, that's not fun.
Big news hits Lake Tahoe heavenly.
He wasn't that big.
He wasn't that big. He was a small bear, about 45 pounds. Was found in the middle of the ski slopes, waking up from hibernation. Seems a little disoriented and scaring the skiers off the slopes for a couple hours while they wrangled up this bear, but they got him safely into a convenient area where the bear is going to finish off hibernation and get a little bit of work done because he's got some rough paws.
He does, yeah. He had some rough paws on that story. Poor little bear getting out there all scared. And that goes to show right now we are going through some weird temperatures with our weather, with bears and animals coming out of hibernation when they're not supposed to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was pretty confused too. He's like, just carry me.
Speculations have aroused that it could be from the drought that is going on in California. They have a little bit of snow up in the hills, but they need a lot more because down below they haven't had much rain for this year. Which
is very unusual, seeing as though we have the winter vortex.
Yeah, that winter vortex. But they did, I know on the Oscars, they had some rain the day before and a little bit of rain the day of the Oscars. So I know Southern California is getting some rain.
Continuing on the animal topic, bears found up on the ski slopes and cougars found on back porches.
Well, it's not a cougar, it's a bobcat.
Bobcat.
A bobcat is a lot different than a cougar. They are cats, and they're part of the feline family, but this was a pixie bobcat, or it could have been a baby bobcat. They weren't too sure, but resident in Ronald came out and was startled to find this little bobcat on her porch.
I want a bobcat.
Me too. This thing is so cute looking. Yeah. Looks a little mean though.
Yeah, they're all a little bit ferocious. They're felines.
They're definitely cute, but when they have those big old long claws, they can be ferocious.
You got to declaw them. I am not a big fan of cats, but I would like a bobcat.
I love cats.
I'm a cat. I'm a sexy cat.
I can't stand cats.
Gosh, I love them.
You're a cat person.
No, I'm a cat dog person. I'm an animal person. And we got a great animal story coming up with ARF Animal Rescue later on the news.
But first, Russell Wilson taking some time away from throwing the football and moving it to throwing the baseball.
And hitting the baseball.
And hitting the baseball like a champ. He is very impressive, and he is going to be playing second base for the Rangers.
I hope he does not get hurt. Please, Russell, don't make this a big mistake, because we definitely need you next year. And the Rangers, they don't need you this year.
The difference between baseball and football is a weak man sport. It's a terrible sport, and they claim it to be the American pastime, but it should be football, and it's tough to get hurt in baseball.
I'm going to disagree. Baseball is a tough sport. Yes, it might be a little, people control the games of baseball, but it is America's pastime, always has been,
rigged.
and always will be.
It's all rigged.
Maybe just a little rigged, but I believe in baseball, and you can still get hurt in baseball. It's not a weak man sport for sure.
And you're allowed to take performance enhancing drugs in baseball too.
No, you're not.
Everyone does.
Barry Bonds, Mark
Everyone
McGwire.
does.
No,
Everyone
they might,
does.
but they'll get caught, like Derek Jeter.
They never dare cheat.
Or sorry, Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez.
Derek Jeter never got caught.
Sorry, it was Alex Rodriguez. It wasn't Derek.
I didn't know Alex was taking him either.
Oh yeah.
Derek, this is Derek's last year. He's
Good.
calling it quits.
Good.
That's not good. That is not good. He is a fantastic baseball player.
You were just complaining about how you don't like baseball, and you like Derek Jeter as a baseball player?
I like Derek Jeter, though. He's a nice guy.
He reminds me of Tim Duncan. Just get on with your life already and quit the sport.
He's a very nice guy. And then he can, he probably makes more in shoe sales than he does in the MLB, I'm sure.
Probably.
I'm
All
sure
the
he does.
sponsorships.
Yep, I bought his shoes one time.
The folks that found the $10 million worth of coins in their backyard in the California area have to give some of them back. Reports say at first they had to give all the coins back, but we looked into this and they only have to give a certain amount of the coins back that are marked on a certain date.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. I think they should fall under the category of finders keepers, losers weepers.
And this is only if they lose that court case. If they win that court case, they can get all of their coins back, but have to pay taxes on them. But if they lose, they can lose up to half their coins, which is still
imagine
not bad.
Finding $10 million on your property and then having the government just be like, oh, you know what? No, that's no, we left that there.
Pretty sure those are ours.
Yeah, that's ours.
And yeah, just imagine the most rarest coins ever to be found, and they're in prestige condition.
Pristine.
Man, pristine. Prestige.
Prestige. I believe that was a movie.
Prestige?
Yeah.
Maybe you can prestige on higher levels on video games.
Yeah, but the word that you were looking for was pristine. Now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
I don't know, Jeff.
Yep.
We'll have to get a little dictionary up on top. Because I'm not taking your word for it.
Everybody knows that.
Could be in both.
That. It could be. It definitely could be.
But these were stolen back in the early 1900s, actually before 1900s, and then they were found just recently in 2014. So what a remarkable story about those coins.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
The Cleveland Alliance Church is going to be holding a mission conference, so if you are interested, be sure to attend. This is going to be taking place on March 7th through the 9th. For more information, please call 674-2664.
And you can check out all the great sermons every Sunday that the CMA graciously gives to Intv every single week for your viewing pleasure.
Like we mentioned in the past, it's coming up just around the corner. Sons of Italy Spaghetti Feed with the best ice cream that you will ever eat is going to be taking place down at the Cleveland Eagles, and this is going to be held on March 22nd, so be sure to come with an appetite. It's for a great cause, trying to raise money for local students in the Upper Kittitas County.
Next week, we will have the Sons of Italy president, Ron Dolly, with us to let us know more about this great Sons of Italy festival.
March 1st was full of Upper Kittitas County events.
To say the least.
To say the least, and I would be impressed if there's someone out there who attended every single event.
Well, I know Intv did, but not as a person, but as a group. We attended every single event, and we have to say, getting all this footage and watching over it, every event was awesome. Starting with the Pacific Northwest Snowmobile Vintage Show. This is sweet.
My name's Troy Bergstresser. We're with the Pacific Northwest Vintage Snowmobile Club, And we're up here at Ronald doing a show and just talking to people like we're doing here. The oldest one we got here, I believe, is 67. All the way up to the Elite is 1980.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
We've been doing, ourselves, my father and I, we've probably been doing it about 10 years now. He's the president of the club. He has been for about the last 4 or 5 years. Mostly what we do, it's you try and preserve the history of the machines. We do several shows a year. We do winter shows as well as summer ones. Some of our summer shows we actually do in conjunction with car shows. So that way, car shows are kind of a good thing. They have appreciation for the work involved restoring them. So yeah. If you saw me riding this one, I would have to say the Thunderjet is a fun sled. The Red Nitro is the one that I ride when I go on trail rides, vintage rides. It's a very comfortable sled to ride even for its age. This is a 1973 Harley-Davidson. It's the Y440 model. It's got the black hood they made up. They also made a 398 with the white hood. Started out with the old Arctic Cats first, and then we realized that Harley made a snowmobile back then, so we found one, or we knew of one, and we purchased it. And that's not this one, but we got this one second, and decided to get it running.
Several others.
Yeah, we have several others.
Not in running condition quite yet.
In 71, Harley made the first snowmobile, and at that time AMF was making the Skedaddler, so some of the parts on the first year are interchangeable with Skedaddler parts. We're kind of down on the turnout, I think, because of the no races this year.
No racing, so I think that's made a difference.
And we weren't sure on the snow conditions for a while, so a lot of people made other plans, I think.
We're at Ronald, Washington, and we're doing a snowmobile, vintage snowmobile show. My name is Ray Bergstresser. I'm out of Spokane, and I happen to be the president of the Pacific Northwest Vintage Snowmobile Club, which we are presenting this show. And we hope to be back here next year with some vintage one-lung or single-cylinder, they call it, racing, which we've done here before, and we'd like to get it back here. So anybody interested, you're welcome to come out. This is our third year here, and it's getting a little better each year, but we're short this year. We didn't get insurance so we could have vintage racing, and insurance nowadays is very critical, to say the least. So, yeah. I think we had more sleds last year, and of course this year it's been a question as to whether there was even going to be snow here, so we kind of held off. We were planning on it, but our arrangements got set back every time, and all of a sudden we got a lot of snow here, so we tried to get something organized to get something here, and this is what we ended up with. So considering, I think we got a pretty good turnout. But we'll be back here about the same time next year. I can't say it's which weekend, but it's going to be the end of February or 1st of March.
Thank you, Pacific Northwest Vintage Snowmobile Club, for getting that together and showing off those great snowmobiles. Unfortunately, there was no races this year, but next year they will have it.
What's the cutoff for year-wise to become a vintage snowmobile? Like, what is...
They had some in the early 90s. They had an Insider from 91, so you could probably get yours in there.
1999 Indy Polaris 700 RMK. I think that considered as a vintage. It's old. It's old.
Just like you.
Just like me, I'm getting up there. But
like talking about March 1st, so not about you, Jeff. We're going back to some more events.
That took place on March 1st was the Upper Kittitas County Co-op Preschool held a fundraiser event that took place at the Cle Elum Eagles, and Intv was there to get you footage.
My name's Amber Quinn. I'm the president of the Upper County Co-op Preschool.
And what do we got going on here tonight?
Tonight we're calling it the Cle Elum Night Out. It's the first time we've done this kind of fundraiser. It's we did dinner. We've got some raffles going. We've got the Willies gonna play, and it's all benefiting the Upper County Co-op Preschool. So figured it'd be a good way to bring the community in on a fundraiser for a preschool that's been here for decades, literally. In the past, other fundraisers that we've tried to do haven't really brought in the community support, and it's been awesome. The Eagles has donated their facility for us, and we've had so many different businesses donate for our raffle, and we've got a lot of people here that actually don't have children at the preschool. It's been a wonderful way to bring us all in. Come up to the preschool. We've got a donation box up there. We also, I think don't quote me on it totally, but I think it's P.O. Box 298 in Rosslyn, if you wanted to send something in. Or you can call the preschool. It's 649-2671. And also our email address is uppercountycoop@gmail.com.
My name is NJ McCune, and I'm the preschool teacher at the best preschool in the land. We really need your help and support because it is a very affordable preschool for kids. My kids are young adults, and parents today here in the community pay what I paid 15 years ago for my own kids. So we really do need the help and support of the community. We have families that really struggle. Their kids need to be in preschool. Preschool is real important because now when they enter kindergarten, they're expected to know how to read or to be reading ready. And with the large classes, with the growing community, preschool is just really valuable. We do have a lot of families that struggle paying, and so any help and support that you can give, you can donate at the school, or you can reach us online. Facebook. I think we're listed Upper County Co-op Rosslyn. And Facebook, Upper County Cooperative School Rosslyn, and they can contact us through there to donate or to give, because we do have some families that really need some help. So if you can give, that'd be great.
While we were at the co-op preschool event at the Cle Elum Eagles, we ran into one of our old filmers, Erin Koehlers' mom, and she wanted to embarrass her boy and invite him on back to get Erin from Texas back up to Washington State.
Do you recall a radio station where you were a guest at?
Yes.
And what did you try to do for your son?
Oh, I tried to fix him up. Didn't want to. Yeah. Date alert for Erin Koehlers. Yes. He's still very single. So, date alert. Yeah, Erin Koehlers needs to move back to Rosslyn, Cle Elum, Washington. So, some pretty girl up there, come on. I'll give you his phone number.
Thank you, Erin Koehlers' mom. That was great.
Yes, it was.
Gosh, we miss Erin Koehler.
I know. He is loved up here in the Upper Kittitas County. And
only by a couple,
his
but
mother
it's okay.
misses him.
His mother
dearly.
misses you.
Dearly.
So come back home.
Come back home.
ARF on March 1st held their Soup Bowl feed, which was an amazing time at the Stonehouse 101 in Rosslyn. They had some great soup from local businesses and some great dessert where they raised a good amount of money for the new animal shelter that is being put up at behind the Rosslyn City Hall.
Our goal tonight is to raise $5,000, so if anybody wants to write a check right now, we'll just call it done and I'll head home. Mostly we reunite families with their pets. When they're lost, we find them. When somebody else finds them, we find their family. So if you've lost a pet and been reunited with it, you have ARF to thank for that. If you've missed a pet and you all of a sudden need one and you've adopted, you have ARF to thank for that as well. So we've partnered exceptionally well the last few years with animal control in the Upper County, and that's been a great relationship between the police department, especially Ron, and the ARF organization. Unfortunately, Ron's moving on, and he has left and is no longer animal control, but hopefully they'll be putting somebody in his position soon. and they'll forge that relationship. But right now, the pressure again falls on ARF to take care of the animals, the people, and make sure that everything is well on the furry friend forefront. So offer your support as often as possible.
Great job again, ARF Animal Rescue, and please donate to ARF to get that animal shelter put up and looking beautiful.
Absolutely. Sousapalooza took place on that very same day. It's a fundraiser for the Rosslyn Library that took place in Cle Elum.
One of their biggest fundraisers, and it did happen in Cle Elum at the Centennial Center.
Sending that tax money over to the Cle Elum citizens.
No, it was for the, it's all goes to the Rosslyn, Friends of the Rosslyn Library.
Renting out that Cle Elum business though.
But they couldn't find a place in Rosslyn, Jeff. That's why.
Library?
They couldn't find a place in Rosslyn that would hold all these people with a kitchen. And Centennial Center, they said, did awesome accommodating them.
And
let's go see some video clips.
Was there?
Let's go see some video clips.
Let's do it.
My name's Cindy Gregory.
And what do we got going on here tonight?
We have got Sousapalooza 8 going on here tonight.
And what can you tell the folks at home about what this is?
Well, this Sousapalooza is an event that we do each year, and we are the Friends of the Rosslyn Library, and what our goal and what we love to do is to help raise funds and support for the Rosslyn Library because it's such a fabulous library. People are happy. I just took a little break from my station at the auction tables and visited with folks a bit. They're all having a wonderful time. Lots and lots of chili. There's about 20 pots of chili and all-you-can-eat chili tonight. Cornbread, carrots, celery sticks. We have so many wonderful things that have been donated to us for auction. There are many, many talented craftspeople, photographers, artisans in this area. We have a beautiful, handmade, one-of-a-kind set of bookends made out of metal work that are beautiful, and the bookends have books on them with writing on the pages. There's a lovely photograph of Rosslyn taken in the 90s looking at the Rosslyn Ridge. There are all kinds of services available: massages, acupuncture, fitness centers, all kinds of wonderful services, hair cutting, and we have, what else do we have? Handmade items. We did it here at the Centennial Center a number of years ago. I think probably 6 years ago. And then we have tried to have it in Rosslyn, and when a venue's available, that's what we've done. I just welcome everyone to come and visit the Rosslyn Library and certainly participate in the Friends of the Rosslyn Library if you're looking for a way to spend some of your time from time to time.
Thank you, Cindy Gregory, for that interview, and thank you to Centennial Center for helping the Friends of the Rosslyn Library on putting on a great Sousapalooza for 2014 and raising a lot of money.
Yes.
That bluegrass jam band I heard was pretty amazing too.
I should join them on the saxophone.
Yeah, I probably would have went out there with my 3-string, but boom, boom, boom.
You have, what's a 3-string?
I broke all the other ones, so I only got 3 strings. Let's go into Randy Winkler, right?
That's right.
Movie review.
Hey, it's Randy Winkler again, your friendly neighborhood movie reviewer. This week, my first movie is Philomena. Philomena, I saw 3 Academy nominated movies this weekend, and Philomena was my favorite. It was just a really good story, kind of sad, but it was a good story about a woman who gave up her child, but not of her choice, when she was very young, and then she's now old and wants to see the child and find it and has a lot of trouble. And it was just really good. It wasn't entertaining. It was just a really good, interesting movie. So I'm going to give it a 4 on content. And that's the best I could say about that. My next movie is 12 Years a Slave. 12 Years a Slave was awesome. It wasn't really my cup of tea. It's not an entertaining movie that I would go see for entertainment, but it certainly depicted what it must have been like back then, especially in this case where this guy was just bundled off and sold into slavery against his will, and spent 12 years trying to fight his way out without getting killed. And it was really interesting and deep and dark and dirty, kind of. So there was a lot about it that wasn't fun, but then that kind of life wasn't fun. So when you go see this kind of movie, you're going to see what it was really like, so you get an idea and you get a well-rounded life yourself. So definitely go see it. I'd give it a 4.5. And my last movie will be Nebraska. Nebraska was just, after the other two movies, it was just kind of a fun movie in a way. Bruce Dern plays a character who is kind of bumbling old man who doesn't really know where he is all the time, but kind of does. He thinks he's won $1 million on the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. They don't ever say the name of the sweepstakes, but it's like the Publishers Clearinghouse. It says you could be a winner, and so he decides he's going to go all the way to Lincoln, Nebraska to collect his $1 million that they owe him, and takes his paperwork with him. And it's just interesting. I mean, he believes he won. His son, who finally just breaks down and takes him because he keeps trying to walk there, knows he hasn't, but can't convince him. Then along the way, they see a bunch of family and friends who all kind of turn against him and think he's actually won a whole bunch of money and try to take it from him, and some of them even try to steal it from him, and then belittle him when they find out that it really isn't real. And then he gets there, but it's kind of a really touching, happy ending that you'll have to see. I would highly recommend it. I'm going to give it a 5 just because overall it was fun to watch, interesting to watch, and heartwarming. So that's my take on this week's movies. Don't forget to watch your favorite movies at your world-famous Rosslyn Theater, and watch Intv on Channel 3.
Thank you, Randy, for that movie review, and I have not heard of any of these movies, except for Nebraska, because you talked about it.
Yeah, you're not very educated, too, with movies, Jeff.
I have life.
But Philanoma, 12 Years a Slave, directed by your boyfriend, Brad Pitt, and Nebraska, because you just love him. I know, you just love him. And he's a great director, though, just winning an Academy Award, or sorry, an Oscar for 12 Years a Slave. Like, how would you not have heard of that movie, Jeff?
I just did not.
Just kind of oblivious to what's going on in the world today?
I'm not big on watching
movies?
On watching new movies.
You just love those Ice Ages, probably.
No, I hate
Every
the
single
Ice
time I go to
Ages.
your house, you're watching Ice Age.
It's the wife. It's the wife.
Randy sat down and gave us his opinion about the Oscars. And hey, Randy, what'd you think about the Oscars?
I gotta say, for the most part, I was real happy. 12 Years a Slave won for Best Picture, and it really was. It was really riveting. Gravity won a whole bunch of awards, and I think it was right where it should have. It won, I think, 4 or 5 awards, and they were all for writing and cinematography and sound and things like that. So that was really good. Some of the other movies I didn't care for too much, but they didn't win anything. So like American Hustle and The Wolf of Wall Street, neither one of them won anything, but it was okay. They're still really good movies, and you should go see them. The Oscars are a whole different kind of a thing. And the best actor went to Matthew McConaughey, and you should probably definitely go see Dallas Buyers Club, because the change he went through physically just to play the role was amazing in itself. So be sure and go see it, and as always, have fun at the movies.
Thank you, Randy, for that in-depth conclusion on the Academy Awards. That was very nice.
I wonder if the movie Cocoon was ever nominated.
Probably. I just watched that the other night, and it was awesome. But we want to go on with the Academy Award winners of 2014. This was the 86th Academy Awards. Best Picture, like we mentioned, went to 12 Years a Slave. Best Actor in a Leading Role was Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club. Best Actress in a Leading Role was Cate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine. Best Actor in Supporting Role was Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club. And Best Animated Feature was Frozen. And also cinematography and Best Editing went to, of course, Gravity. I like Gravity. Have you ever heard of Gravity, Jeff?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. At least you've heard of that movie.
Yeah, I'm a big George Clooney fan. I like George.
Cool.
Yep. But it's good to see that Jared Leto's back in the films and kind of taking a break from music. He was a great actor, fantastic musician.
Oh yeah.
And
30 Seconds to Mars, and now finally getting an Academy Award.
Yes, a well-deserved one.
Yep.
Yes.
He did an amazing job playing a AIDS patient in Dallas Buyers Club, and he did an amazing job. Well, actually, he was a transvestite too. And at this time, let's go into something great. Oh wait, Eddie missed to film it. Civic news. In South Clayton City Council news that happened on Tuesday. Well, wait till next Tuesday because we don't have South Clayton City Council news this week. Fortunately, our filmer was sick.
But something was discussed about a carport that may be built or may not be built.
But no action was taken.
No action was taken.
And that concludes
Civic news. South Clayton City Council is always so exciting.
Okay, let's go on to some Warrior sports. We don't have much in Warrior sports, just like in Civic news. All we have is spring practices are going on right now, and we will have some updates from softball, baseball, track and field, tennis, and golf.
I'm looking forward to baseball. I don't like baseball too much, but I like the coach.
Yeah, Kobe Sherrill's an awesome coach. But
he's doing great things with that team.
That's not rigged baseball.
No, that's not. That is true American pastime baseball.
And that concludes Warrior sports, not Civic news.
I almost said Civic news.
Yeah,
you know what they should do? They should make PF Flyer cleats. Baseball cleats.
Why?
Because.
Just because they're PF Flyer and they're from the Sandlot?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's the #1 baseball
movie. And if you ask anybody in the 8th grade or in high school, what's the PF Flyers?
No one's gonna know.
Huh, I don't know.
That's sad. So we need to bring it back.
It's not our generation of the Sandlot.
But
our generation right now is a Sandlot. And if you were to buy PF Flyers right now yourself, you'd look like a dork.
No. Wade.
Oh, I wasn't saying any names, Jeff. But just to have the PF Flyers, yeah. Why would you buy them? I would rather have Nike or Reebok or Adidas nice cleats and not PF Flyers.
But it's important for the kids to understand.
No, it's not.
American history. Like PF Flyers.
PF Flyers are not American history.
They are American history.
The Sandlot is history. And the Big Bambino is history. You know who the Big Bambino is?
Yes, I do.
Who is it?
Babe Ruth.
Oh, phew.
The Great Bambino!
I'm so glad you knew that. I was going to say, somebody that doesn't know baseball sure knows a lot about baseball.
A-Rod? Ken Griffey?
Anyways, we got to wrap this up. Thank you so much for our sponsors bringing Jeff, myself, and Eddie's Creativity to your home every single week on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Brand new news. Or check us out on Facebook or YouTube. And thank you to our sponsors again.
And we'd like to shut down tonight's episode by wishing a few people some very happy birthdays.
Like on March 6th, Jeannie Precious, Adrian Alexi, and Cody Childs.
And on the 7th of March, Kevin Moorhead and Jessica McCoon.
On March 8th, we have Chelsea Cameron and Jeremiah Paquette.
And on the 11th, we have Olivia Drysdale-Plusha, Patty Nicholson, Aaron Blum, and Amanda Rapier.
And on March 12th, we have Kelly Vallone and Sean Skinner. Happy birthday to everybody, and if we missed your special birthday, please don't let it happen again. Give us a call, 649-3940. Facebook us, tweet us, all the great things. And Shrove Tuesday just happened, so hopefully you have what you're giving up, because Shrove Tuesday just happened, and Mardi Gras, time to party. It's coming up.
I know. We should go down to Mardi Gras.
It's been a couple local boys. For you, March 6, 2013, I'm Nolan Weiss. Remember, give us a call, support Intv, Team Action News.